What is up, dudes and lady dudes? Welcome back to Just Nuts. Guys, today we've got another video talking about the full spoiler list for Structure Deck Spirit Charmers. For a while we had looked at like the OCG one and kind of got a little hype out of that, but we never actually had this one fully revealed, so really excited to see this, really excited to actually get the full list, and I think it's decent. I don't think it's as good as it could have been. Obviously, there's a big drama thing happening with that, but we'll get to that in a little bit. So without further ado, let's start off by reading the basics of this structure deck. The contents are a pre-constructed deck of 42 cards. It includes 5 ultra rares. Keep in mind 4 are fixed, so 4 are just like ultra rares for the new cards, one of which will be, I believe, a new variant artwork for the familiar possessed monster. So also Win, Area, and Hita, they gave like new artwork for all of them, and so you'll randomly get one of the 4 every structure deck you open. That's fine, not a big deal. 2 super rares, 35 commons, 1 of 5 super rare tokens. That's pretty cool. The tokens do look pretty good, so you do get a random 1 out of 5 tokens, and you get 1 of 5 double-sided playmats. Also kind of cool, but it's also like a paper mat, so I think it should be a paper mat, so I don't think it's like that important. But getting to the actual cards here, obviously we have all the tokens. Obviously you have the 4 variant cards, or I'm sorry, these are the regular, these are just the Charmers, not the Familiar Possessed. So these are cool. Then you also get the Awakening of the Familiar Possessed, or of the Possessed Nefariouser Archfiend, whatever, and then the Inari Fire one. Then you get regular Nefarious Archfiend of Nefariousness, Gigabyte, Inari Fire, Ranryu, all those extenders for the lore. All pretty good. I think Ranryu and Gigabyte are probably the best ones, although, to be fair, Nefarious Archfiend of Nefariousness is probably up there because the Earth one is one of the better new possessed monsters. That's pretty good. So there's that. We're also getting like the Fairy Tales, Sleeper, Rhea, and Luna. Witchcrafter, Golem, Maruru. That's actually an interesting reprint for sure. That's a secret rare that was for Witchcrafters. Actually, I think it already did have a reprint, to be honest. Yeah, I think it did. Dark Dorado, Doriado. That's a pendulum monster that I think is not that expensive. Witch of the Black Forest, okay, kind of a cool generic card. Effect Veiler. Effect Veiler is actually pretty nice. That's just like a card that's like, if it's in the format, could easily be $1. Like every common printing of Veiler could just be $1 because it's just one of those cards. Doesn't matter how many printings it gets. Doesn't matter if it had 100 common printings. If it was meta, it could be $1 common. Seriously. It's pretty cool. Denko Sekka's in here also. Not that, I mean, Denko Sekka has a couple reprints at this point, but it is always one of those cards where if there is a meta deck that can play Denko, is like a pretty scary card for, just being a great side deck card for specific matchups. Pretty cool. Then we have the new card, Grand Spiritual Art Ichirine. This is the new field spell. Cool stuff there. Awakening of the Possessed. Raigeki. Now this is another big one. This is one I was not expecting. This is just a Raigeki common reprint. That's insane. I think it's common. Yeah, it should be common. I mean, even though Raigeki has multiple reprints, all of them are at least a couple dollars, and I don't expect this one to be crazy expensive, but it could just be $3, maybe even $4, $5 later on after this like structure deck's been out for a long time. And that's really what you tend to see with like structure decks all the time, especially recently, is they may have like 2 or 3 really nice reprints that like are a couple bucks each, $1, $2, $3 each, and then that's like $8, and that doesn't even include the new cards and how much those are worth. And then you look down and you're like, wow, I bought a $10 structure deck, but the cards that were in it cost $20. Interesting. So it's kind of cool. Just something to note there. So Raigeki is definitely a cool little, extra little spice tossed in here. We have Secret Village of the Spellcasters, Spellbook of Knowledge, just basic, spellcaster support, terraforming, Book of Eclipse, kind of a cool card there. Twin Twisters, another Twin Twister reprint. That card could be $2, maybe not $2. It'd probably be around $1. But still, that's just one card that's $1, and this is a $10 product. Like, not bad. And then for the big one, Dark Ruler No More. This is like the most important like reprint in the set. Is Dark Ruler. We've only had this one printing before in the Megatins of 2019. So it's really nice to see this here. This has been in the meta for like facing combo decks for a while now. And it's definitely nice because it was going up in price because it was ending up like Nibiru. It was just like a meta staple. Everybody had it in the side, if not the main. We had formats where it's been main before. So it's definitely nice for those budget players who don't want to spend $20 on some Dark Ruler Immortals. Actually, I don't even know how expensive it is right now. It might even be $30 for a play set. So definitely nice that they can just go ahead and get that for much, much cheaper now, for sure. Then you have some other stuff, Possessed Partnerships. I believe that's one of the new cards. Unpossessed, we've seen that. We have the Spiritual Arts, the Earth, Water, Fire, and Wind ones. Metaverse, that's another not terrible reprint, honestly. That could be $1 later on down the line for sure, especially if this card comes off the ban list at some point. We'll see on that. Dimensional Barrier, kind of a generic card. This card already has plenty of reprints, didn't really need that. Solemn Warning's not a terrible one either. I know this card already has a common, but I think that commons are actually worth a little bit as well. So this could be another card that could end up at like $1, right? And then you have all the new alternate arts. You have the Asa area, Hita, and Win alt arts. They all look really, really good, as well as the quick play spell Spirit Charmers. I believe that's like the search card for the archetype, which is pretty damn good. And yeah, so like overall reprint wise, it's mainly Dark Ruler and Raigeki carrying the reprints, but like that's not bad. I mean, I could see both of those. I could see Dark Ruler being like $2 to $3 until it gets another reprint, and I could see Raigeki being like $2 to $3. Like that's over half of the set, and then you throw in like, oh, one of these. These could all be like $2 a piece. You're guaranteed one of these. Spirit Charmers is a good search card for the deck. That could be $2. You know what I mean? Like, and then the other new cards could all be around there as well. So it's pretty cool, and I always like looking at structure decks because they're just like that fixed cards. You know exactly what you're getting outside of what the token and the alt arts, but you pretty much know exactly what you're getting. There's no open the set. There's some randomness to it. If you don't pull good, you lose money. If you do pull good, you make money. It's, you know what it is. You know you're getting it for $10, and in 6 months, it'll probably be worth $15 to $20, which is honestly a pretty sound investment. Almost always. I'm not going to say it's guaranteed, but it seems like a pretty sound investment all the way around. Now, the big drama about this structure deck was that the OCG version actually had evenly matched in here, and I don't think they had Raigeki, but I think they had evenly matched instead. So meta speaking, obviously evenly matched is the more desirable card. A lot of people have still not gotten evenly matched because even when it got its second and third printings, the card only got down to like $15 and then went back up, and so the card's really never been in budget range, especially not for a side deck card. Like, it's not even your main deck, and still costing that much. So a lot of people still don't have evenly. Hopefully we'll get it soon. Maybe we'll get it in the Ice Barrier structure deck. Like, I think we need it in some kind of structure deck or something. Like, we need, it's gotten too many printings. It's not even considered like as nearly as good as it was before, so it's not even that much of like a threat like it used to be. So they could easily throw it in somewhere just to get that price down, man. Give budget players a chance, man. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That is the Charmer structure deck. The what is this one? Spirit Charmers. The OCG one is like Masters of the Spiritual Arts. This one is Spirit Charmers. So yeah, we've got it here. Thank you so much for watching, guys. As always, leave your comments down below. What do you think of this structure deck? Do you think they should have left in evenly? I would guess a lot of you would. I agree for sure. I think Raigeki is like better than what they could have thrown in. They could have just thrown in a garbage card that does nothing for the set. At least they threw in something that adds value, but definitely not enough value as it should have. So yeah, let me know your thoughts down below on the structure deck here. Let me know if you're excited to pick this up, because I am going to be picking this up for sure. And yeah, so I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and a peace.